The importance of cocoa on the global economy is growing. Across the world, the industry provides millions of jobs and contributes significantly to gross domestic product. Economists predict that the international cocoa bean market size will reach $16.3 billion by 2025. Among the abundant natural resources that may be found in Nigeria, cocoa stands out. Oba Dokun-Thompson, the Oloni of Etioni in Osun State, is using his platform to create a renaissance in the cocoa industry and build bridges between production and consumption. Channel's Business Global was giving exclusive access to this year's Royal Cocoa Festival dinner, an event seeking to bridge the gap between cocoa farmers and key stakeholders within the confectionery industry. Royalty, representatives from the Nigerian government, British politicians and leading figures in the chocolate world, all gathered together to raise the ambitions of cocoa farmers thousands of miles away. Oba Dokun-Thompson, the Oloni of Etioni, has firmly put workers in his village on the global map, attempting to bridge the gap between those running the lucrative confectionery industry and those who are sustaining it.
Give the communities back what they own. So that's why this program, this project is so important, to give back to the community. So the resources are there, and what is made from the resources has to go back there.
Nigeria is currently the world's fourth largest producer of cocoa, with the bean being the leading agricultural export of the country. However, even as cocoa remains one of the top performers in commodities, more than 80% of cocoa producers are living on less than $3 a day.
Cocoa, as you know, in Nigeria used to be a huge export for Nigeria, and I'm glad this is all coming back, especially with this initiative as well. It is important to give back, and this is all what we've been stressing everywhere we go. Whatever you do, whatever industry you're in, it's important to embrace that social responsibility, give back, make sure the farmers are okay, because sometimes they don't get remunerated enough. We need to make sure that they're remunerated well. Industry, trade and investment is part of what I do, economic affairs. So I'm happy to be here to support this and to make sure that this is actually being looked after in that regard.
Now in its third edition, the Royal Cocoa Festival dinner is starting to have an impact with farmers.
This is strange to them because it's about redefining Africa. It's about redefining so many things about us. And when it comes to redefining it, we're redefining for value creation, for wealth creation. And once we can do that effectively, it changes the whole narrative, it changes the environment, it changes the mindset of the people, it changes a whole lot of things. And that is what the drive is about. That is what the agenda really is.
Key stakeholders within the industry are beginning to play their part.
Well, I think this is one of those brilliant networking events that helps us to understand much more about growing cocoa and cocoa farming in the industry, because there's a lot of disconnect between people who love eating chocolate and they never think further than the wrapper, really. And so these events help to create a fantastic atmosphere and to help the story from bean to bar or pod to pallet, and for understand a bit more about what goes on behind the work in cocoa plantations, the cocoa farmers, because that's so important to the whole story of cocoa.